Francesca is added to the Belfast mansion staff as a maid. Tuya hastily heads to bed after not only the weirdness of her, but because Linza's confession has made him flustered. Linza sadly watches him walk away with Yamina watching them both with her mystic eyes. In his room, Tuya thinks about Linza's confession of love. Yamina enters, explaining she is angry with him. Tuya thinks it's because of Linza being in love with him, as he is technically engaged to Yamina. Though to Tuya's shock, Yamina tells him she doesn't mind if he has multiple wives, she considers it to be proof of his masculinity. However, she states her anger comes from Francesca stealing his first kiss. Yamina demands Tuya hold and kiss her. He hesitantly complies. Smiling, Yamina confirms that she is the first person Tuya chose to kiss of his own will. Yamina asks Tuya his honest opinion of Linza. Tuya admits he finds Linza cute and likes her sincerity, but he is just surprised by her confession. With that, Yamina says for Linza talk to Tuya. Linza suddenly appears. Yamina explains she had Lean cast, invisibility, on Linza, who maintained it with her own light, magic, so she could hear Tuya's honest feelings. To Tuya's shock, Yamina reveals Linza was crying because she misunderstood Tuya's avoidance as hating her. Linza apologizes, but is comforted by Tuya, both now on the same page. With that, Tuya is convinced by Yamina to accept Linza as his second fiancée. Per their request, Tuya kisses both of their foreheads and bids them good night. The next morning, Tuya is dragged out of bed by a fuming elves. Dragged to the garden, he finds Ye waiting as well. They question him about his choice to take Linza as another wife, even if he truly feels affection for her. Tuya admits his feelings aren't really love yet, but he does care for her. Els and Ye order him to fight them, demanding he grant a request upon their victory. Tuya tries avoiding hurting them, pinning Els. However, it turns out it was a ploy by Ye to get him off guard. They knock him down, claiming victory. Els and Ye attempt to explain their request but fumble and end up arguing with each other. Both finally snap and admit their love for Tuya and that they wish to be his wives too. Yamina and Linza arrive, with Yamina explaining fighting is the only way Ye and Els can be in tune with their feelings of courage. Tuya, cornered by all the love they have for him, asks them for time to give the four an answer. Back in the sky garden of Babylon, Tuya is sighing. Francesca finds him and explains she has a message from her creator. Producing a USB cord from her arm, Francesca tells Tuya that Professor Babylon said he would know what to do. Connecting it to his phone, a hologram of the professor appears. It's a pre-recording. After some perverted humor, she reveals that she used an artifact to peer into the future. She's watched Tuya's life and set up this mock conversation. She explains the phrase are causing the future to be in flux. However, Tuya wants to know about his own future. The professor refused to tell him anything in the recording, finding his flustered bumbling amusing. She ends with a joke Francesca will strip naked. Francesca considers this, but Tuya orders her not to. Tuya uses Gate to visit God for advice, unaware that his past is playing on God's TV. God is happy to see him again. However, God is limited in in-depth matchmaking knowledge. He calls on the god of love, a woman in a Greek-esque clothing. She explains that she doesn't control people's feelings, but sets up cliches to help them bond. Tuya wonders about more practical advice. Is it even right to marry all of them? She tells Tuya to abandon the common sense about romance from Earth. Polygamy is normal in his current world. The god of love explains love is meaningless if they all aren't happy. Tuya should consider his own desires beforehand. Before Tuya leaves, the god of love reveals it was her fault he walked in on the girls in their underwear as a cliché she hoped Tuya would like. In a rare moment of pure frustration, Tuya screams, "What the hell is your problem?" That evening, Tuya has Kahaku bring the girls to meet him. He tells them immediate marriage is out of the question, but he is willing to get married in the future when they are all sure it's right for them. Yamina and Linza take this calmly, knowing that their love for Tuya will not falter. Els and Ye on the other hand are saddened by the delay. Yamina suggests Tuya kiss each fiancé. Tuya starts with Els, but she gut punches him unconscious in embarrassment. Ye whines that she didn't get a kiss. Outside, Lean, Charlotte, Francesca, Kahaku, Sango and Koku watch through the window. Francesca reveals that Professor Babylon saw Tuya with 9 wives. Lean notes it's a high number. Lean then taunts Charlotte for being there instead of working, causing Charlotte to panic. After a pause, Francesca asks Lean if she might marry Tuya as well. Lean laughs a maybe in response. The episode ends with a shot with all 9 of Tuya's wives, the 4 currently engaged to him, the 2 not and the 3 yet to be met, Linza, Els, Ye, Sushi, Yamina, Lean, Lucia, Hilda and Sakura.